Hello everyone, my name is Rajesh Kumar and I'm your DevOps, SRE, DevSecOps coach.
Okay, so now we are going to start with logs.
Just want to mention, actually, I will not be available from 4:30 to 5 o'clock. Have an important meeting to attend.
Okay. Okay, guys. So now we are going to understand the log analysis. So what we did, infrastructure we did, then EPM we did, then in synthetic we did, and then RAM. This is the last block for the implementing observability, and that's called log analysis. Okay, so let's get started. So some of the common mistake which we have is like we say, hey, we don't need a log analysis. Why? Because my host is offering already the required infrastructure matrices. So we don't need that. And then one of the huge mistake which we have is like we say, hey, our product is stable, doing work, doing good in the marketing, in the market, all this thing, and we don't need log monitoring. Or sometimes we say we don't have a time. We are busy in the development and testing and operations, so we don't have a time for additional stuff. And suddenly the system is failing. Yeah, system is failing, but you know what? Everything is great. There's no alert. Your CPU is great, RAM is great, storage is great, application is up, but something wrong in the application. Maybe it got hacked. And you know that when the system got hacked, if do you think that hacker is so intelligent, like they can hack any site anytime? No. They've been trying from last 1 year actually to sneak into your system. Last 1 year to sneak into the system and to repair to find out the loopholes in your architecture. So and that is how the things which happens, hacking happens. So yeah, system got hacked, and then you realize, okay, you need a help, you need you realize your mistake, and so and so on. So like that. So the question is, what is log? So guys, log is something which is you do put it in this way. Anything you do on your IT system. IT means it's not laptop, okay? IT means fridge, washing machine, your mobile, your laptop, your pad. Nowadays, car also, right? So anything you do on the machine which is having CPU, RAM, any IT system, that is generating a log. So log is a kind of things which is a record related to whatever activities occurring on a IT system. Sometimes we call it alerts, event, alarm, message, records, etc. So logs, a machine data is everywhere. In fact, you are generating it right now. So you are looking at my screen, right? So it must be generating certain lines in somewhere in your system. So what are the popular data source which we have in terms of log? So yes, IDs, firewall, anti-malware, proxies, network infrastructure, servers, databases, and applications. So yeah, some of those machine data and log data generated by machines, compute processing, applications, and sensor data, that's called log. So some of the sources which include server logs, workstation log like Linux logs, Windows log, certain log files, access log, file system logs, you know, network log which include firewall logs, warning logs, alert logs, IP addresses logs, database log which includes audit log, configurations, schemas, table, queries, web log means transaction logs, clickstream, location, browser, time, and many more. DevOps logs, which includes test logs, log4j alerts, event logs, code check-in logs, and all. IoT logs include GPS, RFID, biometric logs, temperature logs, and many more. So you saw that so many places we have a source of logs, and every IT machine is generating a log. So security is one of the fastest growing sector in the IT, and we do have a logs from this. So then you will ask why we are doing that log analysis. Why do we need to do that log analysis? So it's not only the security, but many other areas for that we do log analysis. One of this is like production monitoring and debugging. Typically we call it observability or something which we are trying to do. You want to check the resource uses, you do the log analysis. You want to check the HTTP errors, you do the log analysis. You do the slow queries, log analysis. Rogue automated robots, log analysis. Security issues, log analysis. So yeah, all these things we do the log analysis. Tracking your site, platform visitors, log analysis. Situational awareness and new threat discovery, log analysis. Getting more values out of network and security infrastructure, you know that. Extracting what is really actionable and automatically. Measuring security metrics, trends, etc. and compliance. And last but not least, incident response. For that, you need a log analysis. So yeah, many use cases we have. So you do the log analysis. Are you getting it, all of you?
Yes.
Yeah. So now guys, you know what? I can teach you how to collect the logs. Understand this way. I can teach you how to collect the logs and how to search for it. Okay. But what to search for it, that I cannot teach you. For example, did anyone have taught you what to search in Google? You search in Google based on your requirement, right? Based on your requirement, errors, or whatever it is. So likewise, what to search for, only you can decide. But how to search and how to store that logs, that I can teach you in this session. But because we are learning, we need to know something, we need to search. And this slide, the one which you are looking at it, probably will help you. So to get started, but again, it completely depends on the requirement. So what to look for in logs? So you want to logs where the password has been changed. You want the logs where unauthorized logins has happened. You want the logs where the login failures are there. You want the logs where new login events, malware detection, malware attacks seen by IDs or other evidences. Scan on your firewall open and closed port, denial of service attack, errors on network devices, file name changes, file integrity changes, data exported, new process started or running, process stopped, you need a log for it, shared access event, disconnected events, new services installed in your system, new services installations, file auditing, new user accounts got created, someone modify the reg value and all. So for that, these are the logs you needed, right? So let me ask you one thing. If I give you one scenario, you just need to tell me the algorithm, okay? I'll tell you any login failures has happened in the Windows machine, okay? So you find a log for it. Gather those logs where the login failure has happened. So what is your approach would be to get these logs done? What would be your approach? All of you, please share with me. I just need approach. I'm not telling you to implement all this thing. What is your approach for the logs in Windows for login failures? Am I audible? Hello?
Yes, you're audible. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So yeah, please tell me. Just guess also based on this.
So can you please repeat again your question?
I'm saying that I will ask you to get the logs where from the Windows machine where you have login failures. So what is your approach for to to start working on it? Approach. Just give me pseudocode. Approach. What are the things you'll do?
How many times the
Unauthorized
user
login.
provides the wrong password
But how you will?
from the event
From
viewer?
the
Yeah.
audit logs, we can
Yeah.
check.
So now that is the one thing you found out. So all the login failures logs will be there in Windows where event viewers, correct now? That is the first step. Second thing, then searches you will do based on what?
ID.
ID, event ID. Yeah, so that is a right approach because you know what? So in this case, what I'm trying to tell you, see, what to search for the log only you can decide. And in order to you to decide what to search, you need to know the system. For example, now you know the system Windows. So now you know that event ID for login failures in Windows. And you see here, this is the, you will search for 4625. That means give me the all the logs with the event IG equal to 4625. Correct now?
Yes, sir.
Hello? Yeah. So one more time, okay? So my website is having DDoS attack. So how do you find the IP address in your Apache log? And you need to identify only those IP address which have a DDoS attack, which causing the DDoS attack. How do you do that?
Those IP address is not listed our IP range.
No, DDoS attack, we need to understand DDoS attack. Anyone would like to comment on what is a DDoS attack?
Yeah, so basically the multiple requests is
That
sent
is
to
IP, flood IP is there.
Yeah, for
different internet,
So
but
now you
sending.
flooding request on your website. But
Okay.
how do you differentiate there is a genuine user and the user is from who's
Firewall
flooding?
is there to detect.
No, so
No,
genuine
firewall
user is
firewall will block that, will not
Yeah.
detect. So block
So,
that.
so actually, that handshake technique is there. Na? First, it make the handshake. If happen, then it goes to the destination. Otherwise, it block.
no. Basically,
Mm,
maybe so basically it's a series of basically the IP. Basically, you can find that it's a one gateway, some kind of basically you can check that is some IP is continuously coming on from same gateway and same basically that IP range.
Yeah, IP range. This is one of the easy way to find out if the grep the log, you will have a Linux command writing, but there are a lot of tools also there. Easy pattern is like grep the logs and find out the IP address, source IP address, where the IP address is getting repetitive for the request which is more than threshold. That let's say you don't want to allow that the IP address request from one IP, you're getting more than 100 requests per minute. So that means someone is doing DDoS attack, correct? So if they are doing the DDoS attack, it will come from the same IP address and huge traffic will come. Correct now?
Yeah.
So likewise, so what I'm trying to tell you here is, see, no one will teach you what to look for in logs. You need to find out yourself. Logic, you need to build it and accordingly. So in this session, we'll teach you how to store the log, how to search for it, what to search. You have to take it further. So when you look at the log file, okay, when you look at the log file, what are the common fields you will have it? So these are the common fields. Again, this is subject for the tools. Different tools have a different fields. So these are some of the common you will find it in this. So now what are the best practices for log analysis? So your log analysis tool must be having pattern detection and recognition. Pattern detection recognition means, see, there's a millions of lines of code you'll be having it. It's very difficult to go through each and every line. So can we have a tools itself is providing a pattern detection? So I'll get to know what are the unique pattern, and then I'll try to focus on the kind of pattern which required a little bit of attention from us. So that should be given by tool itself. Next one is normalization. Normalization means, what is normalization? So normalization means, I'll put it in this way. There is a one Apache log from the product called DevOps School. An Apache log is coming from India server, and there's another Apache log which is again from the same application but coming from the US region, US server. So India servers will have IST time format. US region will have UST time format logs. So now when you store these two data, the results will be very, not good. So can we convert into the single format before storing it? Can we do that? So this is called normalization process. That means before storing the things, you normalize the data. So that way it will be good for all of us. Are you understanding these two?
So it's different from different time zone is coming, so it creates a single format. What you mean?
What is that?
You was that different time zone, a different format is coming, like some the data from IST, data from that UT, data from different time zones. So what is normalizing here?
Normalization means before storing at a Datadog, you will convert into the single timestamp. So
But
single stamp.
are we defining somewhere that this is the time, this is the basically final step two?
So there is a multiple parsers are available which will help you to convert the one format of data to another format. That's IST to PST or PST to IST, all these kind of things.
Okay. Thank
Yeah.
you.
So this is called transformation, or some team also call it this one pipeline, data pipeline. So you process that stuff in a way. Okay, so some features which we have are tagging and classifications also. And then tagging and classifications means, so tools should be having the tagging and classification feature. What is that? So tagging and classifications, like there is one Apache server log, but it's from microservices 1. Again, you have a Apache server log, but microservices 2. So because Apache logs is Apache log, it's the same format, but how do you identify whether it's from the service 1 or service 2? So customized tagging capabilities should be there in the tool itself. They should be supporting that. So that is something, tagging and classification. Now, correlation analysis. What is a correlation analysis? So see, nowadays we have application which is the world of microservices, right? So it's not like monolithic or SOA. So for one software, you have hundreds of microservices. So when you consume, sometime you use a login service, then registration service, then dashboard, then search service, then order service, then cart service, then payment service. So many microservices you use to conclude your anything transaction on the website. So now the question for all of us is like, how would the organization would know this is your line on the login server, and this log line is from you only, from the registration server or search server, or maybe. So how we correlate actually this log belong to the this user, and this guy has done these other things on these other microservices. So how do you do that? So most of the time, all these tools will provide you correlation analysis. Most of the time, it is done using session ID. Okay, session ID. Are you understanding, all of you?
All the functionality is given automatically given by the Datadog.
Yeah, Datadog and like a tool who is offering all this functionality. Yeah, and artificial ignorance. See, artificial ignorance means not every lines of log you want to store, because ultimately you have to pay for the storage, right? Not everything you want it. So some lines to be ignored. So before pushing the logs to the Datadog or tools like that, we want to ignore certain lines, certain logs. It's why to fill the database with everything. So yeah, that capability we should be having through the log analysis tool. So these are the 5 features which you should be having it in the log analysis tool, and this is considered to be a good one. So what to do? Collections of log data, cleaning of the data, transforming, convert into structured format, analyze the data and obtain the results. So these are the phases which you have. Generate, collect, aggregate, normalize, alert, store, summarize, make conclusion and act on them. So these are the things you should do as part of the log analysis. Are you understanding, all of you?
Yes. So wait, can you just So the summarize, baseline, make conclusion. These two things is that we have to do this, or the Datadog will also provide us.
So summarize, Datadog will provide, but ultimately you have to do little bit of work. If everything will be done by tool itself, our job will be nowhere, right?
No, I'm just
So
because what I mean that otherwise, see, we can also check the log. Now, the log is generating, and we can just go and check. Let's check the log, which is generating.
but
Now,
but here the problem is we can check one log or two log, but hundreds and thousands of logs from the different sources you'll have it. So that is the reason we need the log analysis capability.
yes, exactly. So what I mean basically, like other tool like Dynatrace and like that New Relic and all these tools are the ELK, especially in Splunk. These tools are summarizing, basically they are giving the proper detail about those things.
Uh, in Datadog also you get a detail actually, whatever you are expecting, but in the context we should be expecting observability. For example, if you say which is the best tool in the for the log analysis and all this stuff. So Splunk is of course market leader. Second option you'll ask, then Elastic. Then now Dynatrace, App Dynamics, Datadog, all these things which New Relic, which is basically doing the log analysis for only limited to observability, not more than that. If you want more than this, then Splunk and Elasticsearch is the right solution.
Okay.
Yeah. So our focus is for the observability only. So that is sufficient for Datadog. Yeah, so these are the tools I'm showing on my screen. These are the tools which can have a capability for log analysis. Okay, so let's get started. So just give me 2 seconds. Okay, so let's get started with the analyzing machine data with the Datadog. So why we should use Datadog log management tool? So one of the reason is rapid troubleshooting. So expectation, you should set it up accordingly. So if you want to use Datadog log management, so your expectation should be quickly search, filter, analyze your logs for what? Troubleshooting. So remember one pane for everything. So you have some problem in the system. So you have an infrastructure detail that is called matrices. Then you have a trace detail that is called APM. Then you have a synthetic details, then RAM details, and then you have a logs at the same place. Then you can troubleshoot faster. So rapid troubleshooting and exploration. So using that, you can explore and analyze logs from your services, applications, and platform. Search and filter your logs on the fly using automatically generated facet. See log data in context with automated tagging and correlations. So that is the one reason you should go for it. Second is full observability, because I told you observability which includes metrics, logs, and traces. So here, because of this, Datadog is providing unifying all the 3 pillars of observability. So smooth navigate between the logs, metrics, and request trace for a clear view of all of a system. Now, not only this, but also Datadog log management provide the integration with other tool. Now, other tools means many collectors tool, basically log collector tools. So many log collector tools and parser tools are available in the market. leaders are Logstash from the Elastic and Fluentd from Fluentd. So these are the leaders. So that means if you want the log to be collected using Logstash and Fluentd, they can connect, they can parse, and then they can store in the Datadog. So that is also possible. So yes, automatically collect, tag, and enrich log with the Datadog built-in integration using Logstash, RSys-log, Fluentd, and many more. Are you understanding, all of you?
Yeah, one question, Rajesh. Uh, it can be configured the Kubernetes as well, the containerization orchestration tool as well, and we can get all the log from there. And will it?
Yeah. So for that, we have to see. For that Kubernetes logs, if you want, then we need to install the operator which is called Elasticsearch. Elasticsearch, and then with the help of Kibana. Kibana we don't need it, anyways Datadog is there. So Elasticsearch will send the log to the will collect the logs, store the logs, and send the logs to the Datadog. By the way, you don't need Elasticsearch also. You can collect the logs using the Fluentd pods or Logstash pod running in the each machine of your cluster, and that can also send the logs to the Datadog. So many solutions is available.
So it's not direct. It's not direct. You need some different third party that some kind of tool, and then you need to configure, integrate that tool with Datadog. That's what I mean.
Yeah, agent, Datadog agent is also uh, can be helpful for you.
Are you covering this?
Yeah, I'll cover that one.
Okay.
Okay, so that is one. Customizable processing. So basically customizable processing means nowadays the concept has come, pipeline concept, pipelines for everything. Okay. So here build log processing pipeline, enrich and process log from common technology instantly, or build your own custom pipelines. And the last one, visualizations and alerting. So here follow connection between logs, matrices and traces, where you can visualize log data on Datadog dashboard and build sophisticated alerts. So these are the primary region you should use the Datadog log management functionality. Okay, so now demo time. So any questions so far? Okay, so how do we send the logs? So guys, I'll send you many ways. I'll teach you many ways to send the logs one by one. So here, I'll send you the one by one. I'll show you just okay. So here I'll say Datadog log, and then first we'll do this one. Okay. So send log to Datadog using API through Telnet and curl. Okay. So these are the two. So first thing you have to get the API key, which you know, and then after that you have to go to the command line and you can send the log through Telnet. So what you can do, so Telnet you can make it git bash. We'll have a Telnet. Let me check. Telnet is there? No, it's not there. So what to do? So guys, I'm going to use it instance. So let me get it. I'll share with you the machine address. So let me show the demo first, and each one of you will do against your own machine. Okay. So that way each one of you will have a control over that. Okay, so telnet is here. Let me check. Yeah, it's here. Control C. Okay, so now what you need to do, I'll share the URL with you. It's very simple, but you have to do carefully. So here you have to first, let me copy paste in the chat window. It will be easy for you. So guys, this is the command telnet, and now this is the API address. Now guys, this API address which you see is of from the US1. Okay, so this URL will change if it is from the different region. Okay, so please remember that. Now here, this is the port number. Okay, so I'll teach you various ways using that you can send the log to Datadog. This is one of the easiest and smallest way. Agent also I'll teach you, just you have to wait for it. Now this is the API key. Okay, so this key, I'm going to get it. So you know where to get it under organization setting, under API keys. And here I see the key has been deleted. Not sure why. So key will be deleted if there's some compromise has happened. So I'll create a new one. So this is a demo and create a key. Forbidden demo one. Why? Okay, login issue, I guess. So Datadog one. Done. Okay, it's not deleted, it's still there. So copy this key very carefully and place it here, here, and here. Now this is your log, plain text log. So this is Rajesh 1, 2, 3. Are you okay with this, all of you? Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to first log in, and you see it's connected. Okay. Then one line each, I'll give it 1, 2, enter. You will not get a response. Okay. No response means successful. Done. So here I connected to the telnet session and 3 logs I send it. Let me check if it has a logs or not. So come to here and search for last 15 minutes. One has come, you see here. Just wait for a few seconds. Second and third you should see also. And you see 3 logs has come. So this is the one of the way, okay? Easily you can send the log to Datadog. Are you understanding, all of you?
But why we do that? That context I'm not getting actually.
Yeah. So I just said there's so many ways are there where you can send the logs, out of which I'm just talking only one right now. Second, third, fourth, I'll do that. So sometime what happens, you want to send some ad hoc logs, something ad hoc information to the Datadog. So here telnet is the easiest way to do that. Okay, so you don't need to write a programs for it. You don't need to use an agent for it. You don't need to do anything else. Just use telnet and send that log. Whatever you want to store it at a Datadog, you can do that. Maybe admin is doing some sending them data, or maybe, you know, through programming language also you can do this, call this telnet. So anything which is ad hoc, not continuous, you don't want to automate this, telnet is to go ahead and use it. Make sense?
But I'm not getting the requirement. What kind of requirement when we need to do that? Because see, when we talk about that log, basically that log is generated by the application, or maybe server.
Wait. Yeah. Yeah, that is the problem. That is the problem. See, we should redefine the definition of log. Log is not something like only it's generated by OS and application. Logs is something which you want to store also. Anything you want to store at a Datadog. For example, I'll tell you, there is a one code you have a Java code, one functionality, and what you are saying, if the order is completed, I'm just thinking that way. Order is completed, you want through programmatically, you want to create one log saying that, hey, this order number has been successfully completed, or this order number is pending. Likewise. So now you want to store the logs for the pending details, pending order. So what to do?
It is generating by the application only.
No. That is not generated by our application. I repeat, it's inside the code logic you have it, inside your program. I'm saying order. Order details will not be generated by your application log or OS log. Either it will be stored in the database, or either you do what? Your programmer will write a code saying that, hey, if order is success, telnet this ID this ID is success, and send this to Datadog. Likewise, that's what I'm saying. Understanding the logic?
Not exactly. See why we will do that, because what can happen that if in my application also, in developer can also sending on the database also, they can send into the, they can also write into the log.
That's what I'm saying.
So that we face this all kind of stuff.
See, you can say they can do that, but here I am saying this is one of the option for collecting logs. I always said one of the option. Now, which option you opt for it, you will decide, your developer will decide, but this is one of the option. So you don't want to store in the database. Let's say
I'm not getting the use case. So you are getting my point. I understand this is the case which we can do that. I understand the method, but I'm not getting the use case. In what condition and what kind of scenario we have to do this.
okay, one more examples I'll give it to you.
Yeah, please.
One more example. Now this is some code. Your code is there. Okay, understand this way. This is the code. Java code, thousands of line. And now here you are doing try cache, try and exception handling, right? Correct now? Okay. And in this try and cache, this will not log in application log. This is the code. What do you want? Try this one, try cache this code, and if found, telnet to this log to the and put it in the Datadog. Why? Because that way every logs which has been generated, every try exception has been generated, you want to log it and you want to analyze it so your developer can improve the code and stuff like that. So that is one more scenarios. I'm saying you are writing a code for it. One of the use cases. Got it?
Yeah, but through that you need a telnet to do the telnet IP or URL or that the DNS name for to do that.
This is the one line of code actually, you'll write.
But stress is the but the Datadog is a stress code, the stress of tools. Is it good to provide this that DNS with port? Because if someone will get this detail, they can hack your Datadog itself.
See, in applications, you will have a more crucial data than this key actually. You will have a database information, which anyone will get access, can destroy the whole organization. So this is just a key. Apart from that, we have a more serious data which is hosted by application actually. Correct, no?
Yeah, but we can tell you Datadog as well if someone will get these details.
Yeah. So it's approach. Okay. So
okay. So please continue.
Yeah. Okay, so one of the approach I showed you, that is a telnet. Okay, so if you think you want to use it, you can use it. Second approach, I'm going to teach you curl. Okay, so here curl. Okay, let me do one more thing. This is a telnet, and now this is also telnet. Let me see if I got disconnected or what. Yeah, I got disconnected. Yeah. Now here, this is the plain text, okay, and this is a JSON. Now JSON will have a write structure when you do the searches. So here the keys will be same, API key, and this one is in write structure. So message is equal to this one. This is the tagging extra, source, host name, service, all this thing. So let me show you. You can send this one. And now let me go and check. Refresh. Now the difference here is still has not come. So now you see that here when you see there's a event attributes, no attributes are there. The one which I did the plain text. But here if you see this JSON format, you'll have attributes. So you can search by, search by host name. You can add and the filter. That's the advantage. I'll teach you the all stuff. See one line. So here attributes based, it is easier to search and so on. So that also you can try. Now, this is the first method using telnet. You can do that. Most of the
So
things.
actually, what I understood, you are just feeding the Datadog with the log. Actually, this is what you are doing because we
Yeah.
don't have real time log and log all. So
No,
that's why.
that I will do that through agent. Just we'll have to wait for all option. I'll show you whichever
Okay.
available at Datadog. So I've started with the smallest one. Slowly we'll get to the agent one also. I'll come back to that.
Okay.
So ad hoc log, you can say ad hoc log you want to store at Datadog. This you can use it. Now second option which we have is curl. So here it is this port has been used. This is the API address for it, for telnet TCP. If you want HTTP, then you can use this one. Okay. So you have to little bit carefully modify this curl. Let me do that. So this is your API end for HTTP. I repeat, last one which I sent TCP. This one is HTTP. Now this is the API address for it. Content type will be as it is. In the header, you need to pass the API key. So which is the API key? Which is this one. Carefully you pass it. Now this is your document. You can keep it anything you want it. So these are the some dummy data. You can keep it pretty long also, and so on. And then copy and paste it. Enter. Now let's check it out. Refresh. Still has not come. Yeah. So now you see that this line has come through the curl. So now you want TCP, you want HTTP, you have both options and you can get it done. So guys, did you understand that, all of you?
Yep.
Yeah. So now this is the smallest one. Okay. Now next one, you want to collect the log from applications. You want to collect the log from OS and all stuff like that. So that I'll teach you also. But I will ask you to just try it out these two and see that if you're getting it.